back to That Horror Couple. I'm Kaylee.
I'm Rob.
And we just got finished watching the second episode of The Walking Dead Dead City Season 2.
Dude, what an episode.
It was good. It was good.
I liked it better than the first one.
I did too. I have to agree.
Mm-hmm. And it's called Another Lesson.
It is, because there's another lesson in store for Negan.
Yes, and we will do our best to give you
the breakdown.
Another review.
Yeah.
Or at least mediocre.
Yeah, mediocre.
But the theme song is awesome.
It's great. So why don't you listen?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Episode 2. We only have 6 episodes left.
Yeah.
Which blows my mind. This is like a short season, only 8 episodes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Which seems short.
Because we're used to the longer seasons with the regular Walking Dead show.
And I think what's cool about that is there's positives and negatives, but I think what's really cool is like each episode is action-packed.
Yes.
Each episode's going somewhere.
A lot of character development.
There's less filler episodes or less like, they still have downtime to build stories, but it's less of it. So
they do it in a more like faster paced kind of way.
That's what I was going to say. This episode was very entertaining for me. And right off the bat, it picks up where last week left off. And New Babylon is headed to the Big Apple.
They are.
New York's.
They think they're going to surprise the Croat, but Maggie's trying to tell them, listen, you don't understand. He's going to be prepared.
Yeah, I mean, I think right away she tells Pearlie, listen, he's ready for this. He's ready for whatever you have in mind. And I think Pearlie is ready. I think he was listening.
Yeah, he was listening. He was on Maggie's side, but he was kind of torn between her and Charlie Bird, who's the, main person in charge.
What's up with that lady, by the way? I mean, I thought he was the colonel.
He is the colonel, but she's like the main person, like in charge.
No, he's taking orders from that girl and the Rosario Dawson wannabe.
I haven't even put my purse down yet.
I think Pearlie is underestimating Negan. I mean, he knows him. He knows a little bit about him, but he's like, nah, he's ready for this. And then we see an interesting scene to me with Negan, because Negan is chilling in the cell. And
deep in thought.
He's very deep in thought, and the door is open. So he doesn't have to be in there.
No.
But it's almost like he doesn't want to be with the Croat and the Dama. He'd rather be in the cell.
He doesn't want to be around those people.
Yeah. And we get a really cool scene with Victor and Negan. Negan's eerily quiet in this episode.
He's just listening.
He's very quiet in this episode, which means, he's either planning something or he's hurt or something's about to happen with Negan. The biggest of big mouths. There's not much to say in this episode.
Yeah.
We did get a good scene with Victor, the violin guy. He used his violin lessons as a metaphor, saying, I learned this. It was too boring. I learned this, it was too this. But I learned
Bach, and it was just right for me.
Yeah, I think that's a metaphor for everything that's going on.
Yeah.
To me, that was very symbolic.
I thought so too.
Like, he was saying, I'm playing middle of the road. And that goes back to the first metaphor we saw with the rat in the maze in the first episode.
Yes.
Everybody's trapped here. And if you just play the middle of the road, it's not going to end well for you. I think you got to pick a side here.
Yeah.
You got to pick a side because there's a big war going down. And if you stay in the middle of the lane like Victor, you're gonna get crunched. The episode opened up with a big speech from him. In typical Walking Dead fashion, that ain't a good sign. Dude.
No, when they give like a no-name character or someone they haven't really, shown a lot of screen time to, that person gets a lot of screen time. You know what's gonna happen, so you kind of have to be like, oh, okay, can't get too attached.
I remember back in the early days with Merle. I remember that episode. I'm like, yo, Merle's really kicking ass in this episode, dude. I'm like, this is a great Merle episode. I'm like,
yeah. Oh, season 3, right?
Yeah, I was like, okay. That's why. We did get a pretty interesting scene with the Croat and the Dama sitting with Negan. Again, Negan is quiet. He looks uncomfortable. He's working with them only because he's forced to.
Yeah, it's really weird because they showed this painting. It's like
Saturn.
Yeah, it's like a really famous creepy painting of a father eating his son. It's really weird. I don't know. I guess there's symbolism in this.
There was symbolism in it, but I think what you were saying to Negan is everybody has to die if they have to. You can't hold back. And that sets up what came later in this episode, because we got Herschel and Maggie coming Negan's way. I mean, of course he's gonna want to hold. He's not gonna go full throttle.
No, he's not. No, he's gonna want to try to spare them. We have Maggie back at the New Babylon camp, and she is on the lookout for any kind of sign that the Croat is aware of their arrival, because she's trying to prove to Pearlie, listen, I'm right. He's waiting for us. He knows we're coming. And she finds this weird smoke signal, these tires are on fire, and they didn't start it, and none of their people started started, so she knows.
I still wonder what happened with that. I don't know if that was a warning sign from Negan somehow. I don't know if Herschel...
They didn't really explain it too well.
I don't know if Herschel did it, but the whole time that Negan's fiddling around with... He's quiet, he's fiddling around with stuff. I'm telling you, I think he's planning like some Eugene surprise attack that like Eugene did on the Saviors. Planning something.
Yeah.
Because he's quiet and he's fiddling around with his telescope suspiciously.
Yeah.
He's messing around with equipment. There's tires on fire, setting smoke. I don't know what's going on, but I think Negan is not fully with the Crow.
Of course
Obviously
not.
not. The weird thing about the tire scene is that when they got caught just looking at the tires, Herschel shows up. Herschel was not supposed to be there.
No, he wasn't with them.
They got in trouble for like going past like their jurisdiction line or something.
Yeah, it was like they thought they were abandoning the camp.
So the Burr and the Lucy lady just what they say, they're gonna lock up Herschel.
Yeah, they basically lock Herschel and Maggie up for trying to abandon the camp.
Maggie wasn't having it. She said he's now a prisoner, and she blasts her in the face.
He hit her with a punch.
That's pretty. She pimp slapped her.
Yeah.
That was pretty gangster.
Sucker punched her. Yeah.
But when they were locked up, though, Pearlie shows up and he's like, "Listen, I'm on your side about this." But why isn't Pearlie stepping up this whole time? Now, am I confused? Do these people outrank him, or
Charlie Bird outranks Pearlie, but Lucia does not outrank Pearlie. Pearlie outranks her, so that is kind of confusing as to why he wouldn't help Maggie.
Pearlie's got to step up. Remember the first couple episodes of this show, we were afraid of Pearlie because he was tracking down Negan. Where's that Pearlie?
Yeah, we need you, Pearlie.
I need the old school Pearlie to fight, to be like,
yeah,
that ain't going down. But going back to that scene where Negan's fiddling around with that telescope, the Croat comes over and they start reminiscing, him and Negan, about good old time. And the Croat, in his creepy, raspy voice, brings up like times when Negan gave like a bunch of people walker meat instead of regular meat. He starts messing with people.
They were people who had messed with them, so Negan came back at them with that.
If you look closely, Negan was not proud of that story.
No, he was like...
I don't think Negan was happy with like old Negan, the way he used to be. Yeah. And he didn't appreciate like reminiscing about how he used to be. I don't know if the Croat suspects he changed, and maybe he's bringing up, hey bro, you used to be pretty wild.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think Negan, the character's grown so much. He improved so much as a person.
He's like an anti-hero now. He's not a villain anymore. He kind of like tries to help people, especially those he like cares about. He's not the same guy. He wasn't evil before the apocalypse. No. What happened to him changed him into like a survivalist.
Does giving people walker meat kill them necessarily?
I think it does, yeah.
I don't know. I had walker meat for lunch. It tastes like chicken. Eventually, this is where the episode takes off. Dude, just like we predicted. I didn't predict mines in the water, though. They drive literally into explosions.
They do. It's like a minefield on the river or whatever.
And Negan has to play along to a certain extent. So he's like, yeah, fire at the ship. At the same time, he's checking out, seeing if he sees Maggie and Herschel. Or Ginny even. This episode is filled with a lot of action, a lot of explosives, a lot of intense scenes. It's like Titanic. Iceberg, right ahead! But a lot less boring and a lot less sad.
I rewatched that. It's so good.
Oh god, it's boring.
It's so good.
It's like 3 hours of
one of the best movies I've ever seen.
The guy's like, I'm gonna draw you naked and then freeze.
No, that is not the movie.
That's what happens. Interesting thing about the explosives, though, one of what I thought at the time was a major leader or a major character, Burr's dead.
Yeah, Charlie Bird gets. It looks like she gets unalived in the explosion, which is kind of it's bad for the group. She's the leader. Yeah.
But out of the two of them, Burr was better than Lucy.
Yeah, Lucia is like really stubborn and doesn't listen to Maggie or Pearlie.
So we still got to deal with Lucy's ass, but I'm surprised they killed off Burr so quickly.
Yeah, they kind of did.
But how cool was it though when Maggie and Herschel were handcuffed and Ginny is like a locksmith?
Yeah, she got him out.
She just shows up. She's like MacGyver with like the pocket knife, just like.
Well, she also had the saw. Like she reminded me of like Dr. Gordon in Saw, where she was like, "I got it." Yeah.
Dude, I'm telling you, Ginny came through. Negan's firing the ship, and he's all about it until he literally sees Herschel trying to get
in the life
get it on the life raft. This is very Titanic.
Yeah.
and he's like, wait. And the Croat's like,
I'll never let go.
The Croat doesn't know why he's pausing.
No, but he noticed.
He's like, why you pausing? Why you pausing? And he's like, all right. The live ship gets away, and then they fire the ship down to hell. Like the ship's down now. But I think he did see Maggie and Ginny and Herschel all escape, right?
Yeah, he made sure they did before he fired the last shot.
Unfortunately, I don't think Negan's really into killing people anymore. He'll do it if he has to.
Yeah.
But at least in this scenario, he made sure like his people got away.
And what was funny too is like the guy, as we mentioned earlier, Victor, the guy with the violin, he is right next to Negan during this whole operation. He doesn't say anything, but you can kind of notice that he notices that Negan pauses and stuff, but he doesn't say anything.
Dude, the Croat noticed.
Yeah,
Did you see like how the Croat was staring him down suspiciously?
Yeah. He's paranoid.
The Croat gave him a very creepy look like... Like, yeah. Look at me. He's like, I did a good job, right? The ship is sunk, right? It's like it's like Battleship, like B5.
Yeah.
B5 hit, right? B5,
yeah.
right? Cutting back to the Dama and the Croat, though, they got some person hostage that was literally on the ship. Benjamin.
The historian.
What's his name?
Pierce. Benjamin Pierce.
Benjamin Pierce.
And the guy from It Follows, Keir Gilchrist.
That sounds so classic. Benjamin
Pierce.
Benjamin Pierce.
Yeah.
She took his writing and she's like, I'll read this later. Character obviously means something. I'm thinking he must have information on Maggie and Negan.
That's why she's gonna keep him alive, yeah.
And she has all his notes. The Dama, she's questioning Negan on why he held back on the ship a little bit.
Yeah.
And Negan, again, he's quiet.
She brings in Victor, the violin guy.
Yeah, she saw his violin by Negan's cell, so she put together, okay, they're friends. What an evil bitch this lady is.
Evil, crazy bitch.
Yeah.
You don't fire on time? You don't fire the ship down on time? I'm gonna kill your friend. This lady, the Dama, reminds me of old school Negan.
Yeah.
When we first got introduced to Negan and he took out Glenn and Abraham and we thought he was the evilest person in the world, that is the Dama in me right now. So it's almost like this character, Negan, is dealing with himself.
Yeah.
It's like he has to like
his own shadow.
Yeah, he's confronting his own self. I kind of saw that too in that one scene where he was about to get like shot down, that like other leader. Remember that?
I do, in The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I was like, this is very symbolic of what he did to Glenn and Abraham and all that. That's why Negan's character has grown so much. I feel like he's been through what he put other people through.
Yeah, so it made him grow as a person and change. And I love the change that we've seen in him, because I actually like his character now.
I knew the Dama was going to kill Victor, but just the wait for it, the build up to it.
She was so evil and manipulative.
As he's playing violin music, it's just the weight of it is just so like, oh God, oh God, oh God. Yeah, there it is. And Negan jumps out of his chair yelling, and he's being held down by her guards. That's the thing. Obviously, I think Negan's going to try to kill the Dama and the Croat.
Oh, yeah. Not yet, because he has to get the right opportunity.
No, but they're protected. That's the thing. That they're protected. Another question I have is, was the Croat's crazy as hell, but was he totally on board with this kill?
He looked kind of confused. I'm not sure.
I don't know either, because he was kind of sitting there like...
He looked kind of confused, yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe that's just his normal face.
Yeah.
He's like...
It could be.
Yeah, maybe that's just his face. Negan is not in a good place because they kind of caught him in a lie. He came clean right before they went after Victor, though. He said he was just letting the kid go.
Yeah, and he's like, punish me.
The kid doesn't deserve to die. I let a kid get off the ship.
Yeah.
He didn't say he has history with this kid or a background with this kid,
no,
but still.
He didn't say who it was.
But that wasn't good enough for the Dama. I did like the last scene, though. You see the aftermath. Maggie's sitting there, and she's watching Herschel help somebody bandage up their wounded leg. And it reminded me of, like, Herschel being his dad, being very, like, Glenn. Always helping people. And I think Maggie observing that, I'm like, she is reminded of her husband Glenn.
Yeah.
Maybe it could even be Herschel Sr. I don't father. I don't know. He was mostly a vet though, but he did help Carl, and that's the thing, her father and Glenn, her husband, both helped people.
They were very,
to see her son follow in that path, it's kind of cool.
I think it touches her, but it also it hits her with a big wave of grief and loss, because she realized what kind of place that she's raising her son in, like the apocalypse. It's kind of crazy. It's a lot emotionally for anyone to handle, I'm sure, and I think they do a good job showing it all over her face. She's a great actress.
Maggie was going into battle. Herschel was told to stay back. He did not stay back. He involved himself.
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker style.
Together, you and I can rule the galaxy.
He was not ready for battle.
Yeah.
What Herschel did is very symbolic to what Glenn did, helping Rick out of the tank in episode 1.
Hey, you. Dumbass.
The point of all this is now we're seeing Glenn's kid do the same thing. And I thought about it. Glenn's character was early 20s.
Yeah.
Herschel's like teens.
Yeah, so late teens.
They're pretty close in age.
They're close in age,
so it is, to me, this is like The Walking Dead, the next generation.
Yeah, all the kids. Yeah, that's so cool.
So it's kind of cool to see, Maggie dealing with bratty teenagers.
Yeah.
Being like, listen, you're not driving the car, you're grounded.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna set fire to those tires, mama. Oh yeah, why did Jenny had a gun?
Yeah, hidden in her bag.
Is that a song? Jenny's got a gun.
Yeah.
Jenny's got a...
That is a song,
That is a song. That gun looks familiar, like I should know where it's from.
I think it might be from the first season. I am not sure.
It's not as memorable as Rick's, like a classic gun, but I'm like, okay, either way, she's packing heat.
Yeah.
She's packing heat, and she's gonna fire at something.
She is.
So
I like Jenny a lot. I actually like her and Herschel in the show. I love Maggie. I love Negan.
And Negan looks after her like his own daughter. daughter, kind of like his adopted kid. Yeah, I'm really psyched for episode 3. See where this goes.
Too.
I say so far this is like my favorite episode. I like it better than the first one.
I did too.
Nothing against the first episode. That was good too. But
it's just more action packed.
More action packed.
More storytelling.
They found a way to tell a story too.
Yeah.
There was some downtime with stories and violin playing and dying.
Titanic sinking type stuff.
Oh
so
god.
yeah.
Leonardo DiCaprio stuff.
So make sure you guys comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. Are you super into The Walking Dead still? Are you not? We want to hear all your opinions. Please comment down below. Make sure you're liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. We also have a members page. If you're interested, $2.99 a month. We got extra exclusive videos. We only put on there. Yeah.
Thanks
awesome.
everybody that signed up.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you so much. We also have a Spread Shop store. Make sure you're checking that out. And once again, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Rob.
And we hope you guys have a wonderful day. We will see you guys soon.
Thanks for watching.